road to Dallas continues as we are back with the Intel Extreme Masters Dallas qualifiers for the ANZ region. 1-0 up right now is Order, the favorites, now heading into their own map pick. Tea time, joined by none other than Michael Yumi Cassidy.
Yeah, what a turnaround from Order on that first map. You know, off to some pretty bad starts, Aftershock pulling away into the early stages of each half, and then Order just showing what they're made of. You know, some good experience behind some of these plays. We had good initiative from players like USTILO, Valiance, Vexite, Jira as well, even though he wasn't having like these crazy high fragging performances, was having some really big impact rounds. Felt like they were always on the cusp of turning things around, but Aftershock will have to turn things around in the series as well. CT side, a little bit of aggression through middle and some shots exchanged, but no damage.
Ooh. Rickeh gets a fair bit of information. Valiance is going to end up falling down over here as well. And as Rickeh retreats, he's given up Red Room. Doesn't realize it unless he's got sound cues and infrequent. How's he gone and got the flank up there? But he misses out his shots. And Nick is the only one to frag. Tux is gone. And Addict now, meanwhile, waits out to see whether the donut commit actually comes through. But no one's biting into this jelly jam donut.
Oh my god. Infrequent's going to feel like he's got something on his face. Mud, probably. They lose this round somehow. Order breaking into this B bomb site. Val cannot stop them on the cross, so bomb could go down. Aftershock trying to make their way over, and numbers are coming. They do have the kit, smoke, flash available here for Aftershock, but can they deploy it in time? Addict, Val getting kills a pop. It's all now only onto Vexite, and he can do nothing to hold onto it. Good reaction from Aftershock, you know, pretty timely, making it back over to B, but if not for the fact that there are so many other ways that they could have won this round. It just ended up that they end up on this retake scenario. Don't linger on it.
I will say this at the very least. You know, Aftershock has been generally pretty damn good on these retakes. On Dust 2, we saw a lot of rounds that I had chalked off as lost, and Mike, I feel like maybe you might be in the same camp as me as well over there. And they just bring it back with some fantastic flashes, some great entries onto the bomb side and whatnot as well. So it's just nice to see in that way. With that being said, though, yeah, probably best not to even let that be a retake.
It's all good. All fine. Nobody's panicking. I wasn't. Now, cool collective approach here for Order as well, breaking into A. The weapons are out here for Aftershock, and they play a bit of a retake. Even just holding on to donut control is enough to get them this opening pick. They just want to get this bomb down nice and quick here for Order. That smoke isn't going to last forever, and timing into the smoke in donut could be a difference maker.
It's going to come down to Nickies and Val and whether or not they can actually start to find these kills. Nickies and Val both do deliver, and now all on to Valiance and USTILO. Left alone is USTILO playing out for the anti-retake. Almost lines up the spray, but isn't quite able to do so. So, gets a little bit close to it, but even so, Aftershock once again with a great retake coming out, will be able to get those. One thing to have to keep an eye out for, though, Michael, is always going to be how effective can they be in keeping down the T-side economy if they keep letting bombs be planted and playing for retakes.
Yeah, because you could see Order being able to facilitate that by. There was certainly a chance that they were able to crack in, but just not being given many fights. That's one of the difficulties, I think, of contesting this A side, and why so many teams on CT actually play retake is that it can be just super hard to hold. You need donut control, it feels like, to be able to contest that plant. If you're sitting in A main, it's not exactly a very favorable angle. For one, you're peeking out left side. You know, right eye peek is certainly a thing, and it's sometimes the big difference maker in turning duels. But then also, you know, the wall's uneven. There's so many things that work against you. Let's pick in from Jera. Now lingering a little too long over towards Cave. Rickeh will take it up. That rifle doesn't fall into enemy hands too easily. Jared does recover it.
Oh.
Nice. Stabilizing frag. Vexite will take the reward that Jira so rightfully earned. If he can make better use of it.
Well, Rickeh might actually end up peeking into a player with utility, but there's two very close by. They do not, however, rush in fast enough, and the flashbang actually keeps them blind and Rickeh will not be pursued. So Aftershock finding the advantages over there. Okay. That's just rude.
Super rude.
Rickeh's just having a field day. Anti-eco kills. I'm going to push for all of them. Does actually end up losing out that M4, which is not insignificant. We've seen a couple of rounds in a row where Aftershock have only been able to keep maybe 3 odd players alive or so. So that can, start to lead into, hey, maybe we can be reset on the first gun round territory, which is never great.
Low peak, infrequent, wide on the angle. Yeah. Super difficult fight for Vexite to win. And not a round that they put too much stock in either here for Order. Certainly a chance, finding a quick weapon. Wasn't able to spiral into anything further. Aftershock keeping a good handle on things. Like you were saying, Rickeh as well, the timing, finding players with nades out. He's keeping himself well composed, even finding, reactionary spam. All things working against Order in that regard. Now into proper weaponry. They don't chop and change about how they approached that previous round. They don't go for more Galil investments. It was a pretty considerable hold and save over from Aftershock. Rickeh playing close. Flash eaten. USTILO will happily chomp down on that meal. And B bomb site cracked open as a result. Val getting aggressive through cave. Bomb can't make its way over.
He needs to find these kills. Vexite and company are already in, and Jira's dropped the bomb. Val will be able to continue forward now. Val into the other side of the AWP. What a flick from Val. He's going to keep on finding this one grenade down as well. Means that Valiance is going to be down to 1 ding territory, but through the smokers, got the timing. USTILO, meanwhile, scouts out the CT player inside the bomb site, ignores him completely, leaves that for Valiance, lets him pick things up, and Addict, literally, a single point of HP is all that separates him from death.
Doubling up, they want to challenge and make sure that this is all clear. Addict had a chance at it. Damage onto USTILO, but it's not enough. A 2-on-4 that Order are able to spin around and spit in the face of Aftershock. That had every single thing you could have wanted. Val, last person to contest that B bomb site, getting a double and then stopping that bomb for long enough that all these rotates can come in. What more could you ask?
It all just comes down to that timing shot coming out through the smoke to drop Val. And afterwards, I mean, also let's not forget, USTILO inside the bomb site plays that perfectly as well, just manipulating it, making the CTs work around it, making sure that Val can't get himself the backup either. So Order having committed 2 players in early on does actually work out really nicely for them. Again, that late round decision-making communication between these players is just fantastic.
I appear to have put the gun in left-handed model for whatever purpose. I did it for like the first couple, like I think it changed midway through, so that's on me. Might have spun a few people out. I think everyone just plays with right hand, but you should have a quick bind to be able to turn both ways. Don't want the gun obscuring your vision. It's not about where the gun is positioned anyway. Shoot straight onto your crosshair, so just focus on that. Double ops here for Aftershock could certainly be a surprise here for Order. You have to reveal themselves. You have to rattle off these shots.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing a lot of people on Twitch chat who just, maybe new to the game are so thinking, you can hold it in left hand?
Whoa. How avant-garde.
Oh, infrequent. Spots out the rifle barrel, but his crosshair is sort of juxtaposing it a little bit. However, that being said, he's going to have to back off and give up Donut. But Rickeh's in the vicinity. A little bit of sound made, and Rickeh's missed his shots. And his chance is how many whips are we going to see over in the Donut?
Yeah, maybe lay off the donuts.
Maybe not.
A slow reaction
that many
time.
calories.
That's
Yeah.
slow. Yeah, I don't know, man. I love me a donut. They are, delicious.
Really? I didn't take you for a donut, fella.
I love donuts.
Okay.
I say this with like half pride, but like I'll eat through like a box of 12, like I'm not a particularly big guy, but when it comes to donuts, I got a big appetite. Well, Nickers will save the other AWP. And finding that one kill, not as much as they could have asked for. Again, these opportunities here for pistols to find some success in towards Donut has... Well, they've been there, but execution has not followed through. Order executed on the A-bomb site didn't have any issues finding the kills afterwards. You know, the subsequent frags. Or the subsequent frags. Subsequent. Don't know why I've said it, spaced it out like that.
It's alright, Michael. I'm still reeling over the donut revelation. But, well, question is, what can Nickies actually do with this op? Well, find their first kill at the very least, but USTILO has got the good old paper shredder. The Mac 10 to come through and clean up all the anti-eco. Sure, there's a little chicken death sound in the middle of things, but hey, it is what it is.
See, I am laughing, but also if he had his pistol out there and he's fighting with the players on the bomb site, actually could have been a reasonable hold for Aftershock, weirdly enough, you know. Rickeh was, or you still was brought pretty low.
Don't get to hear the sweet sounds, you know? That's what matters. Well, Addict actually dropped the bomb over here as well, and sure, he doesn't have Kevlar. So things are going to be a little bit dicey for him. Might even want to save, to be honest. The CT loss bonus is just sitting around that 2,400 mark.
Yeah, this is a bit of a strange play to have made, smoking himself out into cave.
Maybe hoping to threaten that he's maybe gone through the smoke into copy.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to open up a timing, I suppose, for him to go for this wrap, but you can see Order playing back in long and short. He doesn't have a kit, so can't really contest this. Hoping that somebody on Order is still playing within the bomb site. That might have been a way to find it into the 1v1. Certainly an idea there. Yeah, going with what you were saying, you know, saving that AK over instead. Order, kind of a dicey round considering USTILO gets 4 kills.
Have you noticed, by the way, that we have now seen 3 players opting from Aftershock as well? Like on Dust 2T side it was Val, then on CT side it was Infrequent taking primary, and obviously this was just a save, so I'm sure it's not a big deal, maybe just spawn based, but Nicky went and picked it up.
Yeah, because he had the armor saved over from the previous round as well, so the fact he was the one that brought over the AWP in the previous round, so.
Yeah. Did he have armor? Because like that Mac then shredded through him. Okay,
yeah, he didn't have head armor.
Ah, fair enough. Vexite has actually found a lot of ground through despite all the utility being chucked in. CT don't get much damage from it. Val is not ready for that peak at all.
Alright, what now?
User was moved to your channel.
Very frequently, the Aftershock team, we were sort of noting the fact that they were really good at making counter reactions and trying to get some initiative plays to peel things back, especially in the early stages of Dust 2. That felt like where they're at their peak. But Ancient's super difficult to make those calls and make those reads because there's a lot of open ground if you're going to try and re-aggress. So a lot of times you're exposed to. Addict, smoke over front temple. He knows what's coming his way, but can he stop it?
We got a pack of 12. He's got a pack of 3. And Jira, what a pair of entries, man. That, like you said, Michael, not necessarily the highest of fraggers, but when he pops, he pops.
It just looks so damn clean when he hits those shots, right? Nice and easy here for Order. They make the right call. You know, they go to a weakened site. A is very frequently left open. You know, talked about the advantages that you can have on the CT side as a result. It is the more retakeable of the two. Damage exchange. Rickeh is just trying to find a couple more of these kills. Somehow keep the economy modest here for Order, but that won't be all that necessary. Knife utility out there for USTILO causes his death. So another kill, an AK retrieved. Rickeh will be about as happy as he can be about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate a pause at this point for Aftershock to come through. USTILO's had a game, though. He is 10-5 so far, and so much of the presence on the B-bomb side is what's just kept Aftershock honest continually. It's really nice to see him still trucking through. Of course, he if I am not entirely mistaken, which I don't think I am, was a part of the original Block Seminar lineup as well. And obviously he got that veteran spirit, but right now he's got the frags as well. Addict, however, responds to the quick eagle kill. Nicky's actually gets a collateral, and it suddenly gets dangerous. Val as well moves in, and where they've had struggles with Donut, now they will find the success that they've been looking for all this time.
This is frequently the site that doesn't have as many players on it, and there were so many here for Aftershock, just lining them up as they ran in through. Smoke down, bomb to be retrieved, but they can't retreat back through A main. That's been taken up by Rickeh, who saved that AK from the round prior. He's the biggest threat.
He's about to activate, comes in from behind, gets a burst, makes it 2, and there you have it. What a hold coming out from Aftershock though. Just a couple of quick deagle kills, and maybe Order's just expecting, hey, they've whiffed down so often in Donut, we can be safe just walking into things. Walking into deagles though, always risky.
Yeah, and just like I was saying, just so many bodies as well. So
Yeah?
when they round that first corner, they're in for a world of hurt.
Oh, there's one. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they were just. It's like every time you kill one, another one pops out like a Russian doll.
I don't think you're supposed to kill Russian dolls,
Oh,
Michael.
yeah, probably. Yeah, they also open up. So
Yeah, and Val right now trying to open up the B-bomb side from the CT side. Not as expected, but a flashbang in. Rickeh's blind. He's going to be able to duck for cover after finding the frag regardless, and all that pressure is going to be on A. Jira makes his way over. Molotov to stop anyone from breaching Temple, and the smoke down should at least guarantee the bomb plant. But Nicky's is going to be looking to push out. Double peek in, and Jira has covered it off. The op for Infrequent will not, however, find anything right now.
there it is. Valiance trying to take up the angle, but Infrequent peeking from a side. I don't think Valiance anticipated. Jiro, what a swing. So damn quick. He's up to 3 and needs to find a 4th to finish off this round. Rickeh just re-aggressing and moving in through into the bomb site, but Jira locked in on the angle and finds the headshot. 4 for Jira and a clutch to back it all up. A 5th round for Order.
God damn. Like I said, Michael, when he passes, he doesn't stop. The fact that they lose out that many players early and Rickeh's, found that quick kill over towards Ali as well, the instant reaction comes through, and because Aftershock doesn't have anyone already committed to Temple or Deep Sight, they need to give up the site, but you're still thinking it's a 4-on-3. They're getting a couple of these crucial kills. Infrequent finds that frag as well. But the fact that Jiro recovers from there is massive.
Yeah.
CT economy is going to be kept down as well. Aftershock don't have a chance to build anything up at all after that Deagle round. I say that, but now you're back on Deagles and maybe sweating a little bit if you're Order.
Yeah, don't let it happen to you again. Rickeh hit a nice shot to kick off this round. Val going to punish somebody falling away from B ramp, but getting inside of the smoke. Does USTILO just... Okay, I think he threw away his AK to make sure that if he did get pushed, it wouldn't fall away, or also just retreat. No, retrieving his teammate's AK, of course. Makes far more sense.
Oh. Valiance. Keep going for those shots and I might fall in love.
They both got the same short form of their name, so...
It is very...
It could stick with Valhalla, but...
Wait, was that actually his name before, though?
I think he is listed as Val, so...
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not crediting someone with a cool name like Valhalla unless they actually own up to it. Tux, however, the Mac 10 ready. There is a boost being set up right now in the corner. Rickeh, the one to lead into it. Nicky even finds a kill, and through the smoke is where Tux will climb through.
Fullback's cut off. Addict has found another with the USP, so a numbers advantage, but they can't retrieve these weapons just yet. That would be the big way to retrieve things back. Yeah, Tux has the flank, and USTILO drew all the attention, so Nickez with his AWP might just do better to save, but they have a buy around the other corner. Yeah, not going to prioritize saving that weapon over because they can reinvest. Certainly an attempt, and I, the idea is there. Aftershock get the opening kill. They want to re-aggress, they want to be able to retrieve those weapons and somehow spiral it out of control, but Order also dotting all those eyes, USTILO making sure that those weapons didn't fall into enemy hands, and just staggering their way into this bomb site. There wasn't the same call as well from Aftershock. They didn't just commit to a full one-sided stack. Had to play it a bit more split. When you stack a side, it's 50-50. They either come to your bomb site or they don't.
Indeed. That might be the only 50-50 thing that gets close to it. Even though, of course, a lot more nuance. Regardless, I have to say, despite the scrappy rounds and despite the eco rounds and everything coming up from Aftershock, orders up to 6 already on the T side. That's fantastic as far as a half goes, regardless of what happens after it. Anything more beyond this is just bonus points.
I think a lot of people have critiques of this map and the fact that you have to expend so much utility to have like any mid control. Here on T side, you're using 2 smokes, a Molotov, several flashes.
Ooh, boost shot. Churros dodged out the bullets.
Every single one.
And he has gone through to the red one.
What a timing to hit.
Completely undetected. Oh me, oh my.
I mean, they must know that this is a possibility, but the fact that Jira had the brazen, the cojones to keep pursuing this timing, might actually still catch Aftershock out.
And Frequent's backed off of the temple as well. Meanwhile, Jira, if he gets a frag onto a tick that opens everything up, but he looks away for a split second. Jira! And now Infrequent's gonna have a field day over towards that A bomb site. Drops the bomb as well in order. It's all down to USTILO and Vexite. USTILO will at least start to whittle down the CT numbers, but as he's rotating through T-spawn, I think he must have been heard by Val.
A little heads-up play there from Addict is really what swings this round. 2-on-4 now, and like you were mentioning, that bomb exposed, and Frequent still sat at the boxes and honed in on the angle he needs to be because middle is fully covered.
Ooh.
Could have been easy pickings, could have been an easy fourth. USTILO able to dodge out an extra AWP shot, but flashed by himself. Staggered. Can't get anything done. An Addict double and an Infrequent triple. But a bit more frequency for CT success as well in the past few rounds here for Aftershock. A little bit back and forth, but like you were mentioning earlier, order already up to 6 may have already accomplished their at least minimum goal that they would have set out for themselves on the T side. I really do wonder as well, you know, we saw Addict go for the boost into Donut and was spamming pretty close to Jira the entire time he was making that mid play. I do wonder whether they just caught glimpses of him and just couldn't convert on the shots.
I mean, the thing is, Jira was even in position to, catch off Addict.
No, but I mean, it's just Addict being super thorough.
Nicky finds himself for a quick double. Lions will at least be able to respond with one initially, but let's not forget order over here. This is a break ground for them, so if you end up losing this one, economy is gone. Valiant, you still scrapped through. He will be completely undetected. Rickeh doesn't realize it, and he might have just given over incorrect information. Rickeh, however, found USTILO exploring a potential flank into Cheetah instead.
Yeah, I wanted to clear this out for his teammate because he only has a pistol around the corner, so would have been ideal. Hey, an AK. Nice. Bomb still dropped in the middle of middle. Nobody's peeking it on the side of Aftershock, though. They don't want to give these easy duels. I know that there's an AWP as well in Valiance's hands, so very susceptible to just subsequent clearing. For example, Valiance peeking through. Smoke down in mid as well means that they can get access to that bomb and retreat. A 2-on-4 that could certainly be feasible, especially if they reconvene over at B. Only Rickeh to beat.
Vexite needs to get the instant kill though, and he will not find it despite Rickeh having to adjust his aim. Rickeh just keeps on going. He is also really feeling it right now. 14 and 7 on him. He has been a force to be reckoned with.
I can respect that. This guy, assertive. Finds that first kill, knows the last one's an AWPer, and last thing you want to do is give them, easier angles to clear. You expecting this guy to run at you? Hell nah.
Of course, to those of you who aren't just tuning in, Aftershock is down a map. They lost out their own map pick, and this is Order's map pick. That's why they're on the T side. Grenades won't really be doing much. They are moving through some of that Molotov, though. Valiance quickly finds a quick one. Val, however, on the other side, with the M4, will keep on going. Jiro with a frag and an op recovered makes this dangerous, but the problem is going to be two players coming in from Cheetah. Jiro doesn't have too much to deal with them, and the M4 in Valiance's hand will be hindered by the lack of armor. Jiro, in the meanwhile, peeks forward. Infrequent is unable to be eliminated, and now Valiant has to step up as Jera misses a shot, a smoke off to Cheetah, and he will be waiting for the push from behind. Addict catches him off completely, and Valiant, bomb planted for him, waits and peeks. It will be a quick dink, but doesn't keep the trigger pressed.
Cannot keep it going. Finds that first kill, might have been a chance, but they were stacked up on each other as well to trade things out, so hard to see a world in which Aftershock let that one slip away after it comes into the 3-on-1. Kills trading onto the bomb site and getting the flanks activated in time. Order, we'll see if they decide to go for some of these A-leans that I think they've been finding a decent amount of success in the earlier stages of this half, but especially as things have kind of stabilized and Aftershock have gotten more rifles in their field. It's been much more difficult. Legal rounds really set them back as well. Big saving grace for Aftershock in this half. The fact that they stacked the right site. Wiped one right under the nose of Order. Good control in for the T side though, and Nikes will be the one to contest and get there late, but he gets two? How on earth has that happened? Order just sneaking their way in, and Nikes, I guess, finding a solid timing. Such a strong CT setup as well if they decide to pursue through cave.
This looks impossible to break onto the B bomb site. You've only got one smoke as well. Question is, are you even going to be looking to deploy? USTILO does have it equipped, so maybe... Okay, yeah. So they will end up revealing what the plan is, but Addict is still going to have a sideline in with the scope. He finds the first kill. Nick is sure there is going to be a response. The bomb's going to make its way over towards A, but the question is USTILO going to be found out in this process? There should be a freebie on the bomb plot, but the problem is USTILO could just be caught out because he's not really expecting Infrequent to be here at this point. So sure, you're going to have a bit of extra pocket money for the next round, but this is not a good look for Valiant.
Yeah, and we'll be able to find any frags after the fact as well. All the reasons you're listing, you know, free plant, sure, but hell, you ain't got teammates, you've got no control, you need to just be hitting headshots after headshots, and that could really be just what it comes down to. You just throw bodies at you as soon as they realize where you are. Order being trapped into these 6 rounds, and while we're saying it does feel like it could be enough at a minimum, you are still expecting to just be able to build into something more once you reach that point so early.
You don't want to have given up 5 rounds in a row, you know, just put it that way. Of course, it was 6-4 up earlier on, so yeah. Aftershocks, though, let's see what they sort of have planned with the secondary op of Addict now, looking to maybe even push out a little bit. Over in Cave, though, rather in Cheetah, Val will be traded out swiftly.
Mid-rounding is so difficult on Ancient when you give up territory. See them refocusing on sort of asserting themselves through middle, but there can be so many aggressive moves made by the CTs. Very wide map. A lot of rotates that even, I mean, towards the extremities, you'll see a lot of success in sort of these late round pushes. Order won't want it to come down to the last 30 seconds. Not ideal. Aftershock could have investigated by then, but you can see them playing 2 and 2 each site.
Oh. Fox just gives that one up for free. Order. No more utility left, so they need to go and try, which is the most difficult thing to do against a double op as well. Nicky's, meanwhile, will be caught out, almost brought down, but keeps himself alive on the bomb site. Valiant finally to finish him off. Addict with a stray shot will bait them in. And USTILO almost found as well through the smoke. It's Vexite to eliminate, though. And with that missed shot earlier on from the scope inaccuracy, it's back to a 2-on-2, a doable situation.
Oh, they're splitting as well. Rickeh not able to punish. They're going to be able to reassert themselves and refocus. Vexite finding the flank on his teammate. Infrequent a 1-on-2 and trying to swap out to a rifle. Smoke down, but Vexite, USTILO, they coordinate effectively. It will be an 8-7 half, but Aftershock having a little resurgence. We'll have to see if anything continues in their camp in the second half. We'll be back after a break.
Back into things we go. Despite things looking like Aftershock was setting up for 9, Order are able to recover off the back of some scoping inaccuracy that does end up happening now and then. That being said, though, still a fantastic T side coming out from Order, now sitting up on 7. Addict faking out over towards the A bomb side, hoping for some rotations, and they have indeed started to come through. The B bomb side is open for business, but the question is, do you have any customers? Is business gonna be bustling? Well, with the bomb being planted, Jira is going to be backing off, playing for the full retake. Tux on the frag and Frequent taking down Jira as well. Continues the assault on this B bomb site, and Order are looking good. Jira is fragging better.
Oh, Rickeh try as he might, but not going to be. Too many bodies, too many players, and so much success there for Order, being able to deal with the A-side plays as well as the aggression in towards short. No issues on the retake. They had a kit, they had a smoke. They were prepared to retake the site, but ended up not being the one that they expected, the way things were turning out at the start of the round. I appreciate the idea there for Aftershock trying to divert their attentions. Alas. Doesn't always work out. Plans can fall through. See the same reaction, though.
That's a silly word.
Yep.
But indeed. Horseback coming up from Aftershock, and Vala is cheated past that Molotov. Moves forward, almost catches out a play jumping in, but Tux instead decides to deliver himself to him. Rickeh at least will be the trade. A deadly man for the Aftershock side, been taken out now.
Yeah, similar reactions. You know, get bomb plant on T-side pistol, but don't win it. Try and force and topple it over using the Galils. Run a little light on utility by doing something like this, but sometimes it's just the extra firepower that you need. The Order side as well, primarily rifles, so it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Timing over on that B bomb side, Jira comes out ahead. There are still 2 players on each respective side of the map. A little bit of a gap in middle, but that's held by Valiance and USTILO catching them coming out over towards A. He'll just play safe and play numbers.
Well, as Nick is tasked to lead into CT spawn, he's been given one for free. Jira, however, on the trade is fantastic. Infrequent all alone, the 1-on-3. He's had a couple of great rounds with the AWP. Not necessarily the highest of fraggers here or in the previous map, but impact has been fantastic. Question is, can he have that impact right now? Slowly push back from Donut. Infrequent misses his opportunities, and with a smoke down, the bomb defuse coming through, yeah, no chance at all. Even a grenade bouncing off the top of his head.
Yeah, headbutting. It was not ideal. I mean, even if he wanted a chance at the round, it wasn't planted in a spot that was really that beneficial, you know, because they're receiving pressure from Donut as well. They didn't want to get spammed. So planted around the other side, and it doesn't quite work out. Need to get those kills on the cross, and while Order were still clearing out spawn, Aftershock still on the back foot. I think we've seen some pretty solid conversion rounds across both maps from both respective teams. It's really been the sort of in the middle of halves low buys that have been successful, and far more than they could be, or they should be rather. But shouldn't be an issue here for Order as they mow them down, breaking into this B bomb site, just about preventing the plant. The extra money that Aftershock would have been after in a round like this won't happen. Don't even keep the CT economy that low because they find few kills.
I'm very curious about what the adjustments sort of will be from Aftershock going into these gun runs, Michael, because obviously we saw the, we saw a pretty dedicated lurking setup on Dust 2, and they worked that really nicely initially before pivoting maybe a little bit more into, hey, we're just going to go for standard defaults in a couple of places here and there. I'm not sure if that is going to work out the same way on Ancient, so we'll have to wait to find out. Push coming up from Order, though. This could be very scary. Flashbang and double Vexite, baby. He's looking so good.
Yeah, see why he's talked about so much within the region. It just looks so clean. I think there's many Order players that have really showed us some really high mechanical ability.
Yeah.
The macro choices have sometimes felt a little off-brand, but we all could also see everything. They can't make a lot of assumptions, and sometimes you lack the extra information that is needed. Loves the extra motivation as well to go for initiative moves. You see the push over towards B, but are you expecting a bit of A aggression as well from the CTs? We have USTILO clearing out the entire of A main, while Rickeh finds a slot through the red room. There is a number brought right back, but they can move in to stack this B bomb site so long as they maintain control of this. Vexite never moved an inch, and he continues to find shot after shot. It's 4 kills for Vexite in a round like this, and Rickeh's detached from the bomb. There's certainly time to go and retrieve it, but his path cut off. What a round from Vexite.
Yeah, man. He's even goes ahead and recovers the op at the end of it all. That is deadly. And look, this is always going to be the problem, which is that if you've got USTILO having a good time with the lurks and T-side transitioning into here, you've got the experience. Then you've got your star, young up-and-coming-ish blood. I don't actually know how old Vexite is, but obviously, he's got, like you said, some buzz about him recently. And then you even have your iGel fragging out. You need a lot of shots being hit from Aftershock, and they are not coming through so far on the T-side.
The guy's 17.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, he is young and up and coming as it is. Jira, meanwhile, quick double as well. Drops out the AK.
Oh, this is a little nerve-wracking, you'd imagine, here for Aftershock. If a round has dominated with the one prior over towards B, and they assert themselves once again, albeit not with the most amount of weaponry. Even still, the fact they're willing to take those liberties is a bit concerning. We set the precedent.
And the money on the CT side is also just looking beautiful.
Now, we kind of jumped into the show. We jumped straight into the game. We were kind of just rearing to get the action underway, but didn't really, I guess, talk about the bracket. We have an upper and a lower bracket as well. There's 4 teams. You might not succeed in your opening round games, but there is a second chance that is built in to allow you to make that run still into the final. So it's not all doom and gloom in our first round of games. There is that safety net there. Just don't want to be there so early.
USTILO. Man, he gets caught out. Rickeh somehow actually expecting the angle. Peeks into it, just making sure he's doing due diligence with every possibility. Now, in the meanwhile, Tux will be pushing forward. Val is not going to be able to really contest that one. Valiant, in the meanwhile, flashbang again, self-flash from the T-side player trying to come out of A main, and it's all down to Jira, missing out a couple of shots, switching out the grenades before realizing Rickeh is too close for him to be able to comfortably deploy them. Order now in a 3-on-5, Vexite to recover. He's got 2, can't make it more. Valiant is the one, however, still alive. Needs to make this a 3K. Has found at least the first
he sticks
2
it, he wins
of those pieces, but I don't think he will, Michael. Val is coming in from behind. Valiant is not going to be expecting this at all. Is he going to turn? Is the timing going to work out for him? Now moving into Donut to clear it out completely. He is just not checking this with an M4 now picked up. What's the call going to be? Valiant does not turn around. Not for a second.
Yeah, such a difficult round to read out. Like, I'm sort of yelling that he could stick it if he did at a moment like that, he would have probably won. But no information about where Val was last seen, last position. Flanks through that B bomb site, gets there in time as well to contest, and just holds the angle, directly staring at that bomb. And Valiant, you could see, just so concerned about late donut flank, late A main rotation. definitely the safer of the two options, but Val took a risk in one that Valiance didn't anticipate. Apparently some power moves being implemented here from Order. To the top of the ledge, inside cave as well. Could look for a late timing Molotov and flash combo from the bomb site, and they'll clear out B main. Nobody there for Aftershock. Or more Adeline, you know, keeping it a tabs on middle. We saw the AWP try and go for a pick, but it was smoked off. Now that they've deconstructed and really built up a profile for how this round might play out, the fact they still hold on to B main control, now they can feel a bit more comfortable moving that secondary player over towards A, and having a firm crossfire as well if they did decide to attack that B bomb site. Something that won't be implemented, something that won't see play, but making sure that they have best positions as possible. Aftershock execute on A though.
Valiance will be forced to completely reposition USTILO as well, trying to play around the smoke, but it's Valiance to Frank through it. Okay, Nicky Z, though, he's been fantastic on this A bomb site, continually finding the entry onto USTILO, and Vexite being taken down means it's all on Jira, and he's found the kills and damage on top of it. It's all Val, and he is gone. Late to the party is Addict, that lurking presence now coming in. I think he's even been spotted out, if I'm not wrong. Valiance didn't actually see him on the movement over. So despite some good entries coming in, it'll still be Order finding the 13th, courtesy of Jira and his heroics to stop the bomb plant.
Yeah, another one of these rounds where he just has so much impact. As things start to go firmly into the hands of Aftershock, you know, talk about the ability to find this entry so quickly. You know, they're scaling into the bomb site. Then when it comes to that, they're trying to get the bomb down and take control and set up in this perimeter so that the retake can't be pulled forward by Order. Here just comes in with the crippling dagger. Alex just sweeped up all the rest. Swept. Sweep.
USTILO might be caught out over here again. There's been a couple of times where he's not been able to really get involved. Safely retreats from Temple at the very least. Valiance, in the meanwhile, will not be able to prevent the bomb from being planted. Rotation comes in from Vexite, and it'll be very heavily on that donut presence. They're trying to buy some space by giving out sound cues, and Jira and Vexite are yet to commit. Nicky pushing through that smoke will be found out, but with just B250s, there is still a pretty strong defense to be held with this crossfire in Temple. Addict needs to find these shots, and as he's turned away and his smoke is down, it's going to be on Rickeh. Val is gone. Addict and Infrequent, the last two defenders, and Addict. I mean, the time is ticking pretty damn low. If he can take them down, this would be pretty big, but unfortunately for him, cannot trace them through the smoke.
Yeah, there's no tracers to trace, so you have to just remember where that bomb was planted and line it up appropriately. Only way that that round somehow slips past Order. They took a lot of time retaking it, but also just making sure that the extra utility that's down, they don't get caught off by these pistols that are trying to play close and these sort of dirty angles to, you know, as soon as you try and recommit on that CT side, they just commit to a wide swing and you're halfway across your screen before you're able to properly react. The pre-fire from USTILO as well really secured Temple control and made it more difficult for the T's to hold on to that. Wasn't a round that Aftershock were anticipating to win, but there was certainly a chance given how Order were playing it out. The full buy-in from Aftershock extra cash injection, always nice as a result of those bomb plants. But they need rounds. They need rounds. Order have really turned the ship around once again. It felt like they were at a point where they were kind of trailing, and maybe Aftershock could have pulled away, but there's just been so many different pieces that have activated here for Order. I feel like anyone's really lagging behind.
Yeah. Very close on the spam from Vexite. Grenade's not doing too much damage, but at least does bring a couple of another one dink. And Val, well, he's been traded. How about a great shot from Rickeh? Tux has been eliminated, and with that, the B-bomb side is a lot more open. Unfortunately, Nicky on the lurk trying to come in from behind alley is caught off, and you're back in an even situation with the bomb yet to be deployed. And with how much time it'll take, this smoke might actually start dissipating by the time the bomb It's going to start to be planted. Rickeh catches USTILO sleeping. USTILO, Vexite, how does he not get traded? What? He doesn't get traded. He even stays alive, peeks back into them, buys some more space for Valiance to come in, and Valiance has found the first kill. Vexite is pushing through.
My God.
What in the world?
Oh my days. As if he's able to get away with that. Should have been an ease. It should have been a trade. Absolutely. But then because he is there, builds more space for Valiance. They even throw a Molotov at him and just run straight through it on low HP. Before that Molotov has any chance to sort of ramp up in the damage that it does. Didn't get infrequent enough room. And now Order looking to steal this one away. Might be a second map in the, or a second notch in the belt. Needed to push this over. The series would push Aftershock into the lower bracket. Just trying to find that entry once again, like you said, finding them sort of consistently over towards the A side. Val has actually let a player pass through Cave, and that's not ideal. He had a small gap to work with, didn't see Vexite, but does punish on the retreat.
USTILO's well caught out. USTILO's been taken down pretty frequently overall. So, about 3-on-3 though, courtesy of flashbang. Tux will find one infrequent, unable to punish the offer. Flash to re-peek back into things, but the damage is done. It is Tux to eliminate Addict. Even backs off safely, and infrequent will be caught off by a no-scope. All on Val, a 1-on-3. Nothing to do on that B bomb side, and with that, Michael, it's going to be the quick 2-0 coming out from Order. We definitely saw some signs of life coming out from the hashtag Aftershave group, but just not enough.
Yeah, and I think we noticed just how well they were making some of these mid-round calls.